Moscow Mule, Navratri special.
Right, sir. So do you want ginger ale or ginger beer?
What's the difference? All right, let's get this sorted.
Right, so I talk about ginger beer, you talk about ginger ale, right?
Absolutely, and which came first?
Ginger beer.
All right, tell me more.
All right, cool. So ginger beer, as the name suggests, was made using actual fermenting ginger. Of course, ginger doesn't have a lot of natural sugar, so sugar, water was added to it, and to that, a starter culture was introduced, which was also called ginger beer plant. It has nothing to do with the plant. It looks pretty much like a SCOBY, like your kombucha.
Right.
And of course, the first one was created in Yorkshire, in England, in the mid 1700s, and originally it clocked up to 11% alcohol, much like wines. But then in the 1855, the British Parliament stopped the party. They passed an act that imposes taxes on beverages that had more than 2% of alcoholic, content, and most of them turned non-alcoholic. You go now.
Yeah. Ginger ale is called an ale. An ale is a type of beer, but ginger ale is not a beer. It's not even an ale. Okay, it's not even brewed for that matter. So it's non-alcoholic to begin with. It's basically a flavored soda, and it dates back to 1851, Belfast, Ireland. This gentleman called Thomas Joseph Cantrell. He made one under the company called Grattan and Company, and the slogan was "The original makers of ginger ale." Right. Very innovative. But then came along John McLaughlin, and he was a Canadian pharmacist and a chemist, and he had already made a soda water bottling plant, and he was looking for flavors to add to the soda, and he went with ginger. So 1904, with many extracts, he introduces something called the pale dry ginger ale, and he patented the name and the recipe, and it launched under which name?
I don't know, Patanjali.
Ever heard of Canada Dry?
What are you saying? Cool Canada.
That's right. And after the American alcoholic prohibition, it opened the floodgates for ginger ale, and it became a really popular drink.
Wow, that's interesting. But do remember, even before all of this, since the 1790s, the ginger beer was exported from England into North America and Canada. So it first, the 1855, that law that the British Parliament created, and after that, of course, the American alcoholic prohibition, that is where ginger beer actually became non-alcoholic.
So basically, this is the point where you have both the products in the market, and the confusion begins about how to differentiate ginger ale from ginger beer.
Well, that's true. Probably that's where the Chinese whispers happened. But there's a learning in naming the drinks in a way then, because beer and prohibition, that's the reason why the favor tilted towards ginger ale at the American prohibition and all that.
Go back to the question, but why ginger? Because they could have played with so many other ingredients. Ginger is not even native to the English or the Canadians or the Irish. It's a tropical spice, and none of these countries are tropical. So why ginger?
Well, thanks to India.
Everything can't be about India.
No, but this one is. Well, ginger is amongst the oldest recorded spice anywhere on the planet. Typically, Indians and Chinese were using it, and it was used for curing ailments, like the romantic indigestion, the alluring motion sickness, the mesmerizing cough, and the spellbounding.
Gagan, control. The timeout not required.
Well, anyway, if in case this is what you want, well, it caught the attention of the Romans in the first AD. They brought it to the Middle East. The Middle Eastern gave it to the world, and especially the Caribbean and the Africans and all that. Drinking water wasn't safe on voyages, so of course they drank lightly fermented drinks. From there, ginger beer became famous. Happy?
Good. Excellent. So now shall we taste something?
Yeah, let's taste it. So I think you tell us what we should be doing.
Well, I'll be opening up a ginger ale, and you will be doing the ginger beer.
Okay.
So I'm holding the Swami, but I think whatever you got here.
I've got Sepoy and Company. Well, vocal for local, isn't it?
Both of them are local. Both of them work. Thank you so much, sir. Right. So guys, ginger ale, what you're looking at is, as we said, it's a flavored carbonated beverage. You can have coloring, other flavorings. What do you think of this one?
The carbonation is nice. The color, of course, is there, but there's no real ginger in it.
But you can smell ginger on the nose.
Oh, yeah, it's very gingery.
It's nice and sweet, balanced. I can feel a little ginger bite at the end.
Yeah, even I can.
Like it's
It's rather smooth, very easy. Well, it tastes like ginger, smells like ginger.
That's ginger
I think
ale.
that's what you wanted.
Good by itself, good as a mixer. What else do you do?
Yeah, precisely. Well, there's another. So now, if in case you were to move to my side of the things, this is ginger beer. So of course there are real segments of ginger in it, and that's the reason why they say you flip it before you rip it and you sip it.
This is still a vocal for local product.
Yeah, this is also vocal for local. So this is called Gansberg.
And it's non-alcoholic.
This is non-alcoholic as well, thanks to the British and the American. I don't know why we Indians have to follow their
naming
rituals.
nomenclature.
Yeah. But again, from the pour itself, you can see it's a little cloudy.
It's a cloudy. Seems to have a little head in the beginning as well. Now that's disappeared.
Cheers.
The aromas are very different on this one. It's got a little almost touches of floral notes.
Yeah.
Something.
It's much softer, much more, much rounder. It's not just all out there ginger, but various other elements like a little bit of citrus, a little bit of floral, as you said as well. And then that's the change that goes through when fermentation actually takes place, isn't it?
I think it's a good beverage by itself.
Yeah, it's not very carbonated.
Yeah, the carbonation is less than the previous one, but it's still a good beverage.
So which one do you prefer then? Ginger ale or ginger beer?
Both are non-alcoholic, both are good, both are slightly different. I think I'll go with either.
So Moscow Mule?
Don't want a Moscow Mule anymore. Nahi chahiye Moscow Mule.